na mpinfo ya ne se enkane abofra kwa kwacho BC nso hwe ni bia na wo ho kwan se school to aso secondary school no chusu bako ensia mbiwie mpinfo behwe so na ensohwe no so ne modembo no wahwe so na secondary school esefata no ye di amano na mpinfo ya ne se sabofra obabekọ secondary school a junior high school na wo no school sunsia na wo chusu no se obabe ye ne nso intabofra no ansa no betwe BC nsohwe no school sunson na ne wo ho kwan se ochusuo na ehya ne ekosi June bosum ebewurom no ne de toso ensia na dwumadi anhye ye ekoso yase no ene wo so afo be de che oda disua so na no Dr. Clementa Park wo kase de tudwa se mpinfo ye nhye se ne be na secondary school disua ho nsem no ebetumi afa ne ntoma pa edi efra na mpinfo tim se free senior high school no mpinfo bitrim na wo da kwankwankro schools private secondary schools no na won so no free senior high school no wotumi anyemu chefa dwumadi anase botayentia mpinfo de sadi so de hunu esi wonani so ene se obehwe hunu se double tracking system no ekoso no obetima hwe no wotimi hwanso na etima kwakoye baako ye nyina ye kwa no pa ye kwabom ye nyina ye kwa nwumre so yetima kwabom ne konkoba se ebi kɔ no na ebi tifie ebi so ba fie no na ebi kɔ owura Clementa Park sense ya omode bayi obedi kan ye ne mpinfo de da secondary schools ahodo anu mpo adi ehia dada private schools no amu waje atum so wani je ho oba nso so a eyade ebetumi aboa ento opanyini dia tudwa se endi chebi no free senior high school ekoso no ebi free aban schools mu na atretra kwa kopie mu wo ankronkro schools ahodo mu private schools no na nyina na atumi abo ma Ghana edisua ho nsem no atumi afa ne ntoma pa edi front wofo se oba betwe BC nso hwe ni bia enka ne na schools nsia ene ochusu ene mpinfo de bakwa kan ho akwa ye nso enti schools nso no wo ho kwan se wotumi echusu no chon so hwe ni wie na de tie ye mu baako computer hwe na ya place no to atumi akọ na free senior high school na se school to aso no wono so atumi enya so emfa so binti we ye nhyehyɛ ya abagan ye disua mu nsem o so afa be de kira woda disua so ye no anno owura Clementa Park wode ato Ghana fo nyina dwumadie bi kɔ so ɛwɔ Nkraye CEO Summit na dwumadie ase na Ghana mampanyin owura John Dramani Mahama kasa wase di tu dwase aban ne yesise so tobut no ye besan edi aba biemu ne yetima boabo sika ɛwɔ akwan ne akwantempo ahodo so na yetima nya sika na ye di abo ma ne ho bra na Ghana mampanyin kasa kire mu se tobut no nya ba bia eni besi bi ene dodo na wo ho no mo ebe ye abefo de ene wo car no obehwe ne ya link de ama Ghana card nti obe ho an se wonya notification wo phone so na ye hye wo se bo pin shim na mumu ne ye nte wo kakra na chese roto no na wutua no nti enkonko ye tetedie no a ene ba bi wo ho no ani di tobut na si ho na traffic na no ay den no ene abefo de ena mp andi si aban wo de ba beba na atumi abo na kwan so a ye bo sika no atumi afa ne ntoma pa edi efira na ensemu a Ghana mampedi tu dwayi ene nka ne wo so afo a na wo da akwan ne akwantempo aso ye na no nyamfo Francis Asen so bo achichirim se oh na se sanhye die Ghana mampedi enye foforo NPP ye ne ye hyase ya adwene ho kura so ho da ye kura de agukra ta so ja kwakoma parliament ye hwe ni mu se parliament be gi atum na nka fi ne dwumedi ase enti nya wo kan die NPP ne ye ne ye so ho da ye kura ye se ya program ya ye bibia to ho mo aka se nka parliament be ye ho kwan na ye tima fi dwumedi ase enti we na wo kan no enya asem foforo na afa nsu kura mpo no kamia ko se sene o mampanyin kan nsem no owura Francis Asen so bo achichire mu se aso mampanyin obegya NPP fo de na to ho na wo mo abehye foforo ase na wo se gina so na wasere NDC mpedifo se ehye no man ya to ho no dada enti ebeye o mo nhwe na o mo nkonko fa nhye na NPP ye de to ho no na o mo nto aso no mo fa ngye sika wa kwan na akwantempo so na enti memboa enye saa na se NDC so mo kwa kwhye nyina ase foforo a anhwe anya de ebeboa be wi kwa be saa ase mere na ase adaje asa ase sika edi aka ho enti owura Francis Asen so bo achichire mu se ene sika eba beboa na kwan na akwantempo so roto no enye NDC nsem o mo ka na enye foforo kra NPP eno mo so ho daye je se o ma twero nyina gu krata so kra mpo o mo hwe ni mu se nka abanse sambo mo de be yadwuma enti owura John Dramani Mahama so de bibi foforo ba na eya abefo be fa so be gigito a enya de foforo mo NPP di o munim dada esan so ma so ho daye kra to ho no dada enti NDC hwe o mo nkofo mo de no na o mo nto aso na efi ma ne nka ma ne nya Ghana fo tiri mu kesene se ya de foforo NDC de ba na o mo NPP eya de a o mo susu ho dada o mo ye se na nkomo de be yadwuma ena fofia nto ata abanse sabaya eyi o mo edifiri abedwa no eso
Senate committee a was set so mo investigate containers ayana close to 1130 you TV resource minister and national security for nam every containers no factories me and then abeded omo ankasa from the Ministry of Energy air catcher say containers are almost ayire fit my port afekwa do mako akohu more than twice the number now almost ayire free port no port one kasa what it means is say someone here today say containers no ayira no and yes and net Mekaipa said the former managing director of CCG Dubik Eka say containers no ain't mean and that it should be in the possession of the Ghana Port and Harbours authorities. The Dinatamwa and I dare say some containers I see iron. Say na containers in ports. Yes, National Minister said Wamra back to Parliament. No matter a full briefing of the issue about the containers. Indeed, we share daily graphic reports now. Almost say you could retrieve the containers now. Now I quite said the containers naira and I feel no more and tesa. Say na containers ni now tema porto according to the daily graphic reports. Let's just say containers na ni kasa ira ni na and tesa containers ni na tema port. The best minister so Wamra Parliament. No matter a full briefing on the issues of containers. I said, the minority leader, no, the baby, it's one of the board term, what's now my containers in Ira. Minority leader can say, yeah, politics, that was answering water. If it is criminal, it is criminal. Yeah, Shapanya, the first one, you beat me and Sakan, the now more can say Iran. And I go there, this is Sena, and Ira. The best to be a more media for Mufan Konu Bianti. So said your Mokan, and yes, and it's here.
It's history. Everybody knows now that Ghana defaulted on its debt. We engaged in a painful debt exchange program to restructure our debts and to bring debt to GDP to a range of about 55 to 58% by 2028. The debt restructuring was concluded early this year with our bilateral creditors. And therefore, it brought, one, the quantum of debt down, that's the size, but it also stretched out the repayment of the debt. That brought us down to about 75, 76% debt to GDP. Since then, we're left with just 3% of the debt. We've covered 97%. It's left with the commercial creditors who hold just about 3% of the debt. And once we do that, then it means that the whole debt restructuring has been completed. But like I said when I spoke at first, I said we need to put any credit that we take or any debt that we take into the most productive parts of our economy in providing infrastructure so that you can have a rate of return on debt. You must do smart borrowing. Taking debt where you can create debt escrows so that the income for which you invested the credit can go to repay. For instance, expressways that are tolled where the toll revenues are escrowed so that they go to pay the expressway in 25 years or so. I think that these are the kinds of things that we should do. There are many examples. For instance, we built a first-class port. And that again did not sit on our public debt. We made our Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority and their partners, Meridian Port Services, build the ports, which cost us about $1 billion, and that port is paying for itself, and that debt does not sit on our books. We built a new airport terminal we call Terminal 3, and again we built it on the balance sheet of the Ghana Airports Company Limited, and so that project is paying for itself without sitting on our public debt. And so these are some of the innovative ideas that we need to introduce in order that our debts continue to be sustainable. But also increasingly, one of the push factors for the debt is the strength of the value of the local currency. Our debt continued to multiply because the cedi continued to grow weaker, and so you needed more cedis. Because our public debt is stated in cedis, the weaker the cedi becomes against the foreign currencies, the higher it pushes up your debt. Fortunately, some measures we put in place have recently begun to show results, and the cedi has been strengthening, and so we've reduced our total debt over the last 5 months by almost 150 billion cedis, which is very significant. And so if that trajectory continues, the target of reaching 55 to 58% debt sustainability by 2028 will be reached by the end of this year. and that means that it gives us fiscal space to begin to invest in the most productive sectors of the economy. But like I said, we need to look inward, boost domestic revenue, cut wasteful government expenditure, fight corruption, and introduce better accountability in governance, and that is what the focus of my administration is.
Na no mo no na Ghana mampanyini Ghana this year owura John Dramani Mahama ebo mpinifo so bi din se bre so obehwe ne wakwa kopie mu e court batan Supreme Court no akwa boa ama Supreme Court dwumadi atumi afa ne ntoma pa edi efira na justices din ba ko enso opie mu onten so no Ghana fo so mututu ni sere ne abasa kama na mrasibedwefie no ekwa no homiji mu ene wasan afiri wodwumadi ase mrasibedwefie chairman Right Honorable Aban Sumana Kingsford Bagbin impinifo nso obo wondin so wonhwe no nkonkopie mu e appointment committee nanim na yentoto na no na se kwan da mu a okwakoso Supreme Court se na Ghana mampanyini owura John Dramani Mahama wo hye ye ne pepepe e na se na o Ghana mamra article 144 clause 2 nso eno nso ese na impinifo enso a Ghana mampanyini bo wondin Justice said Dennis Dominic Ejeyi, Justice Gabriel Simon Subare, Justice Senyor Jamefe, and Justice Kwarteng Teria Akabuafo, Justice Philip Bright Mensa, Justice Janapare Battels Kujo, and Justice Hafisata Amaliboba. And Penifon Swing and Ghana Mampini Ebo Wondi. Now, Masibedefie Chairman assign Ashe, so Judicial Committee. Constitutional and Legal Parliamentary Affairs Committee a wo mrasibedwefie so no omkoka appointment committee no eho se na ebe na mpinfo nso yi ebitima toto na no yetoto anu wie na wo sefeta wakwa pie mu e wo Supreme Court akwa boa ama Supreme Court dwumadi nso atumi afa ne ntoma pa edi afira wei ene nsem bi ekọ so e wo mrasibedwefie ne wa bra mrasibedwafo no okọ ase